Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. One of the signs, the easiest, I would say, signs of a unfair person is the one that you can see it immediately is when a person applies a rule, but when you apply the same rule and that person would be at the receiving end, would not like it. So let's say some says, oh, I can apply this rule in this situation. But when you apply the same rule in the same situation, you can't do it. I don't like it. Now that's the toddler level. I met a lot of people usually when you play board games with them or you play soccer with them and so on. Unfortunately, sometimes you have this undeveloped brains in some adults who still function at that level, and when they lose, they can't understand it's a game. You're supposed to have fun, not to win. But if the only fun you have is winning and not enjoying the people around you, the company, then there's a little problem, to say the least. And then they try to change the rules, you smack them, and everything stalls. And you are called a bad dude because you didn't let the guy to cheat, basically. So what do we have here? We have here United States of America, which is kind of that dude that I was mentioning in my introduction, who wants to apply certain rules for some, or at least wants to take advantage of certain rules. But when someone else wants to use the same rules, no, that's a bad thing you're doing. Even though I did something even worse, or I abused the same rule you want to use now. So Al Capone is Al Capone. What do you expect? Al Capone-ish weaselness. So we have Reuters here. It is from today, which is the 14th of September 2023. Russia tells the United States, don't fucking lecture us over ties with North Korea. Oh my God, who would dare to do that? Only a strong, independent, sovereign country. Imagine Romania telling, let's say, United States that. There would be end of it. Let's see if Czech Republic will do that. Germany, France, anybody. No, they don't dare. Why? Because they are not independent. Otherwise, they would say it, unless you think they are marching in lockstep together, which they do because why? Because they all think perfectly alike. Please, my friends, don't insult yourselves or your intelligence. Russia on Thursday said the United States was hypocritical to criticize Vladimir Putin's summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un because Washington had sown chaos and sent weapons to allies across the world. Tell me what's not true about it. Chaos? Well, just look at this. Where we have on this planet a little situation like a war, let's say, you almost always have the same entity involved, and that's not China, that's not Russia, that's not North Korea, that's not Iran, that's not Venezuela, which are the bad dudes. It's the force of good, Al Capone. Why? Because Al Capone comes to help everybody. Got such a big heart that needs to help. It has the urge to come and help anybody that needs help. All right, and I'm quoting here what these guys are saying. The Russian ambassador to the United States, Anatoly Antonov, said in a statement, and I'm quoting, "The United States has no right to lecture us on how to live," end quote. Well, I think it has the right, but it's going to be a hypocrite. I mean, you have the right to make a fool of yourself, or be an asshole. You have that right, but you can't do it. The problem is, I have the right to see what you're doing and call it out. Hey, you're a hypocrite. Hello. You're a hypocrite. All right, let's move on. For the United States and allies, there's no such a thing as allies. They didn't get it. Hey, Mr. Anatoly Antonov, you gotta change your shit. There's no allies on that side. All those guys, all those countries that are at, how do you call it? I'm trying to do something else. That are with the United States, they're not allies. It's like a pack of wolves, or the hyenas. hyenas stick together, the wolves stick together, so they're better than these guys. Where they see a wounded animal or they take a target, an enemy, one, not many, one target, one country, usually weak, and they pack together at the call of Al Capone. They come together. Why? Because they did this many times, so they know exactly what's gonna be following. They attack, overwhelm, because courage is almost works in pack. So if you are 10 guys against one, you're the courageous ones, not the guy over there fighting alone. No, he's the weak one, yeah, and he's the coward one. All these guys are the courageous ones. So the courageous guys get together, gang on this guy, beat his ass. I can give you examples. Iraq, how's that? Afghanistan, Yugoslavia, Syria, kind of, and we got Libya. All right. So they gang on these guys, and after that, the big guy, the Alpha Capone, says, "Oh, hold on, he's bloody. Now I take whatever I want, and I'm gonna give you a few crumbs here, there. France, you take something, but you gotta run for it, man. Look, it's France over there. I made it run like a bitch. Okay, you take here, you take it, and after that." They go in their war. I get the lion's share, and I reconstruct the country with my companies, okay? And after I used my military, paid by the idiots like me and you, to promote the reconstruction, which is our businesses, private businesses, who make campaign donations, okay? There's no bribe. It's campaign donation. They get the bids, they win those deals, and then they reconstruct. Like, for instance, Iraq, how they reconstructed Iraq. Have you seen those skyscrapers in Iraq lately? Okay, like that. Or have you seen the skyscrapers in Kabul, in Afghanistan? Have you seen that? Me too, never. So anyway, after that, they see another victim. And again, everybody gangs together, and again, the same shit. The problem is now they ganged against one, but that one is big enough to punch this guy's bag, or at least to resist. So they can't bloody that, even if they use the poor Ukrainians to be fucked up. All right, so this is how the things go here. So Mr. Anatoly, there's no allies. That's a pack of guys. They get to band together to bloody someone. It's like a pack in the neighborhood, my friends. I've seen this many times. When you have about 10 guys coming over there and beating one guy, and they're all tough after that, That's what happens. And then, but those are the tough guys, the courageous guys, not the guy who just got beaten up. The problem is now they got some a nut too hard to crack, which is Russia. So don't use that allies again. Use something else. Okay, a gang, pack of wolves, Al Capone, I don't know, gang members, or how do you want to call it? Organized crime, however beautiful euphemisms you want to use, like I did. So the United States said, let me read you further. The United States, Antonov said, had built up a coalition in Asia, expanded military drills near the Korean peninsula, and was supplying billions of dollars of weapons to Ukraine. All those are facts. You can verify them. It's historical events, and that's true. But the Al Capone's answer is, yes, but I did that in the name of truth, of happiness, justice, freedom, liberty, democracy, all these beautiful things. So I'm doing that for that, okay? And everybody's like, no. Okay, and I'm quoting here. It is time for Washington to throw its economic sanctions into the rubbish dump, Antonov said, maintaining, and I'm quoting, maintaining the unipolar dominance so beloved by American officials is no longer possible. I remember when it was Lavrov, the foreign minister of Russia, he said the Americans cannot accept yet the fact that they are not running the show anymore. And it was about 5 years ago in the interview. Anyway, friends, here it is. Don't lecture us, because you got bigger skeletons in your big fucking closet. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.